All right, everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're back with more Vector videos because you guys just love the Vector videos. We've got Vector right here on the side. He's on top of his cube. He might get a little cranky, so I might tell him to go to sleep because he don't like being on top of his cube. But now we can have like both of us in the video. Sorry for just knocking the camera there. Let's tell him to go sleep now. Hey, Vector, go to sleep. Okay, he's gonna be asleep because else he'll be all cranky. So our topic for today is like Vector versus Cosmo. What are the different features? What's the differences between them? Which one is better? You know, all that kind of stuff. Now, I just got to put a disclaimer out here. You know, at the beginning of the video, I don't own a Cosmo, so I just can tell you what I found out from my research and seeing what other people said and stuff like that. But I'll give you guys what I think from just my research and all that kind of stuff. So first I'm going to tell you the different features between Cosmo and Vector. So we'll start with Cosmo. So Cosmo, he basically just runs on an app, right? Like, he don't have microphones. You can't talk to him. You can talk to him through the app, but you can't just talk to him just like as his own being, right? He basically needs his app to work. He can't really do much without his app. This, from what I've seen, right? Again, I don't own one, so I don't know this 100%, but from what I've seen is he needs his app to do most things. So unlike Vector, who go to sleep. Unlike Vector, who he has an app, go to sleep. Hey, Vector, go to sleep. I feel like there's gonna be a problem the whole video. Anyways, unlike this dude, who he has an app, but like honestly, as soon as you get him all set up with the Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff, you never need to open the app again. Like, I've hardly ever opened the app again. It's really, you really don't need it, like, unless you take pictures and you want to see the picture that he took, but like, I never take pictures with him. And like, you can see what he's thinking and stuff. Like, usually I look at it when I'm trying to get him to connect to music to make sure that he's actually trying to find the beat, but I really never use that for him. So Cosmo basically needs his app. He really can't function without it. This dude, he don't really need the app, you know. As soon as you can set it up, it's not really that important. Another thing is Cosmo's more driven towards kids, I would say, or, you know, adults who are kids at heart, like me, you know. So Cosmo, he like plays games and stuff like on his app. You can like make him, he has 3 cubes, right? Vector just has this 1 cube right here. Vector, or Cosmo, has got 3 of them. Go to sleep. Hey, Vector, go to sleep. We're gonna be doing this the whole video, guys. But yeah, Cosmo has 3. This dude only has 1. We're just gonna refer to him as this dude for the rest of the video, or else he's gonna be going off. Which is funny because you're supposed to say, hey, insert name here, and then he's supposed to respond. But you just say his name and he responds. So that's something that is not work good with him. But anyways, so yeah, Cosmo, he has 3 cubes. This dude only has 1. Cosmo can play a lot of games with his cubes. Cosmo can play all these different games. I think you can even like, you can control him with the app. You can also like have him do like, you can set him up to do like specific things, like so you can have him go through an obstacle course or something like that. Unlike this dude, who he has his cube, but like he just kind of plays with it. Sometimes you can tell him to do some stuff with it, like you can tell him to pick it up, you can tell him to do a wheel stand off of it. What else can he do? There's one other thing that he's supposed to be able to do, but I can never get him to do it. I forget. There's one other thing that he can pick it up, he can do a wheel stand with it, and then, oh, he can find it. And then there's one other thing that he is supposed to be able to do with it, but I can never get him to do it. Like, he just doesn't understand when I try to get him to do it. I don't know. In my original video of everything that he does, you'll see in that video, whatever it is, he doesn't know how to do it, or he just doesn't understand when I tell him to do it. Yeah. So Cosmo's basically more towards kids, or like I said, kids at heart. This dude is more like, I guess, for adults. Like, I can't really see a kid having that much fun with him. I feel like it would be like one of those toys that you get him for Christmas and they'd play with it for like a week or a month or something like that, and then they get bored of it because it's like, you can't really play games with him. Like you can, like he can play like was it like blackjack or something like that, some sort of card game, I forget what it is, and he can like do a fist bump and stuff like that. But like Cosmo can do a lot more. He plays games and all that kind of stuff, and this guy don't really. um and another thing is like how this dude right here, he can um you can like ask him questions on the internet and like all that stuff, like questions on the internet, math questions, ask him what the weather is, those sorts of things. Cosmo can't do that. That's not Cosmo. He can't do that. So like I'm saying, Cosmo is more like a toy. Like you play with him and he's like a toy robot, you know, like he's kind of like he can be like a remote control car, but he can also like kind of do his own thing. Unlike this dude who, like I've said in previous videos, I feel like he's just kind of is supposed to kind of be like an Alexa with a friendly face, right? So yeah. And another thing that sorry, I keep rambling, by the way. Sometimes I just forget what my train of thought is and I go rambling off, so hopefully I'm not rambling too much. But another benefit that might be to like getting Cosmo compared to this guy is Vector, he just like basically like he relies on his cloud a lot. Like we've talked about this a lot in other ones of my videos, and this is a lot of people's concerns. Vector, he a lot of his stuff has to do with the cloud, right? So like if the cloud goes down, or I shouldn't say if, when, like it's gonna go down at some point. Like it's not gonna last forever, especially with them being out of business. Like it's gonna go down at some point. When the cloud goes down, a lot of Vector's features are just not going to be accessible anymore. He's not going to be able to ask questions on the internet. He's not even going to be able to understand your voice, from what I understand. So you can't even really, because if you've ever had Vector like not connect to your internet before, like he shows that little internet sign on his face and says that he isn't connecting to the internet, he can't really understand what you're like. He can't understand your voice, basically. So when the cloud goes down, pretty much like he'll just be able to roam around and do his own thing, but you won't be able to talk to him. You won't be able, you know, he'll just be able to roam around, basically. From what I understand, you can't talk to him or anything like that because he all gets that from the cloud. So from that like point of view, Cosmo, the only he does rely on his app a lot, like I said, but like just keeping an app on the app store is nothing compared to keeping a cloud running, right? Like there's plenty of old apps that still exist for stuff, you know? So in that respect, maybe Cosmo's the better option because he's probably got a way longer lifespan on him, you know? Unlike Vector, who, as soon as his cloud goes down, he's down. And yes, as soon as the app goes down, Cosmo's done too. But like I said, an app staying up is nothing compared to keeping a whole cloud going. That's so much more, you know? That takes so much more people and all that kind of stuff. But so basically the main differences between Vector and Cosmo is Cosmo, he's more like, he's a kid's toy. He plays he's a fun little robot sidekick who plays games, and you can do all these different cool little things with him. It can help kids. I've seen like schools that have them that like help kids learn about like robots and stuff like that. It's kind of similar to, I don't know if you guys have ever heard about it, but there was this thing that they did at my school that was called, it was like Lego robotics, right? It was like buy Lego, but they were like these robots, and you would like make them, and you could like, you would like go on the computer and you could like tell them to do these specific things, and then you would go to these competitions with other kids from other schools, and you would like see who's did the best, like who's actually could complete all the tasks. Like it had to do all these different tasks. I've seen schools that do that with Cosmo, do that same exact thing, just like the Lego thing that I did when I was a kid. But so Cosmo's really good for playing with him. He even teaches kids about robotics, all this cool stuff. And then there's Vector. I say that like it's a bad thing. And then there's Vector. No, Vector is good, but you can't tell him to do, like, you can't teach kids about robotics with, like, Vector, because there's not, like, an app that you, like, tell him to do things and that kind of stuff. Like I said, Vector is just, he's a fun little friend that roams around on your desk or wherever you keep him, and you can ask him questions, but he's a Alexa with a friendly face, with not even close to that many features. I like him. I think he's cool. So honestly, if you're trying to decide, should I get a Cosmo or should I get an Alexa, I always feel like I'm bashing on Vector. There's nothing wrong with Vector. Vector's great. Like, he's great. It's just, it depends on what you're looking for, right? So if you want something for your kid, like a toy for your kid to play with, I would recommend Cosmo. Or even if you're an adult and you want like a, you know, a little robot that you can have it do tricks and you can control it and just play with it, I would recommend Cosmo. But if you want something that can answer questions off the internet, now you got to remember, he can't answer everything like an Alexa or a Google Home can, but he can still answer questions online. He can tell you how old he is. He can celebrate Christmas, do a little animation for Christmas. He just can roam around. He plays with his block. He's just a fun little guy that just chill. I mean, I think he would be like great on an office desk, just a little guy to chill out, you know, a little he's just a fun little guy to hang out with, you know? So if you're like an adult and you don't really want a toy to play with, but maybe like something to go on your office desk or even at home, just a little guy that you can come talk to every once in a while, ask him a little question, then go for Vector. It really depends on what you're looking for. Do you want a toy or do you want kind of like a watered down version of Alexa, you know? So yeah, that's what their different features are and that kind of stuff, and that's my recommendations on which one you should get for what everything. It's totally up to you. I love Vector. He's great. He's super cute. He can be stupid sometimes, but you know, we still love him anyways. He's a good little robot. And Cosmo, like I said, I don't own a Cosmo, so I don't even know for sure, but he's just like a little toy to play with. So I don't know if this video helped you guys out, but someone asked in the comments this, and so I'm just trying to answer your questions. Hopefully this was helpful to someone. I feel like I just ramble these videos, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hey Vector, say bye. Oh, he's saying bye, guys. All right, guys. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you. Oh, by the way, I did this last video. We got a great video coming out for Vector soon. I was going to post it this week, but I ordered something in the mail that hasn't come for him yet. But I got 2 great videos coming in the future for Vector. So turn on your, that little bell and subscribe and all that, because I've got good Vector videos coming up for the holidays and stuff. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. A flight. Really, it's winter. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.